Guys, let's talk about real people pitfalls during a photography session in terms of posing. Sometimes you get to work with models. Most of us family photographers are working with real people, moms and dads that have, yes, spent the morning wrangling their toddler and also trying to dress themselves. So, imperfection is the name of the game. And if you're looking for them, there are certain pitfalls that you can avoid when you are posing these real life people. Now, if we haven't met yet, my name is Kate Byers, and I'm a family photographer working in the Southeast from Louisiana to Georgia. I've been doing it for 15 years, and I have done both luxury in-person sales and now primarily mini sessions in my photography studio. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe because I love to make free content for people just like you, and it helps me pop up higher in the algorithm, so I would appreciate it. Pitfalls. What are we looking for when we are at our family session and we want to make sure that our clients are looking fabulous and that they love their images after the session? Number one, and I'm putting it number one because it really is the top most frequent thing that happens during family photo sessions, at least for me, and it happens with mom. What happens is that this can happen at any weight. Mom can be, it's not a weight dependent thing. Mom will turn to the side and she will look adoringly at her child who is very close to her, and she will do this. It's going to be so warm and snuggly, but to back up from her kid, she goes back like this. She shortens her neck and she gives herself all of these rolls underneath her chin. Now, that is not a natural way that anybody looks in their real life. When they're sitting in front of you talking to you, or if they turn to the side, they don't look like that. So we want to avoid it. We don't want to make them look like some way that they don't look in their normal life. And I say non-weight dependent because look, I am body positive. I have been all sorts of all kinds of weights. I have actually an autoimmune disease that I deal with, which makes my weight fluctuate. And I really think that anybody can be gorgeous. So at any weight. So what I'm trying to say here is that not like we're trying to avoid looking heavier. It's that we're trying to avoid shapes that are not their normal, everyday, beautiful shapes, right? And this shape is just not a good shape. So that's where I'm trying to lead you, is like, let's get mom looking her best. All right, so when you see it, watch for it. And when you see it, say, oh, Mom, I'm going to stop you right there real quick. Here's what I want you to do. We're getting a little bit of this turtlenecky type thing. Just up and out. You can still look to the side and look at your baby or your kid, but long, tall and out. And that'll solve that. The next pitfall to avoid is a little specific. So when we have mom sitting, we want to put a twist on her if we can. And I say that for sitting because in standing, having her walk right to you is okay. It's fine. But in particular with sitting, if we can put the legs one way and then twist the torso another way, shapes, we've got a beautiful shape occurring, and mom just tends to like that better when the waist is a little bit more nipped in and we've got our curves curving. Pitfall number 3 is overshooting the same thing. Now, there's a lot of talk out there about overshoot, don't overshoot. I don't know. With the mirrorless cameras that are out right now, it's really hard not to overshoot because the shutter fires like butter and so quickly. So we're going to put that discussion to the side. But I will say we don't really want to deliver in a gallery to mom a whole session that kind of feels samey when you scroll. You want a lot of variety in there. So the way that you get around this is that you, as the photographer and artist, you have got to say to yourself when you have it. If you shot for 2 milliseconds and you have that pose and it looked good and your capture is going to be good, you just say to yourself, I've got it. It's time to move on. and then you move them on to the next thing. I think if you're just starting out, this can be a more prevalent pitfall. And if you're kind of an oldie but goodie like me, I don't know, lately I've found that I need to still coach myself in that direction. Like, okay, Kate, like move on. You have it. So that's one to look out for in yourself and to avoid if you can. The next pitfall to avoid, especially when you're shooting in an environment and not a studio, like a park or somebody's house, is moving on too quickly from one location before you have really milked as many shots out of that location as you can. And I say this because when you move from location to location, let's say you're at a park and you're at a bench and there's a cool tree over there and you want to shoot the tree too. Every time you move, you are taking up time, session time. So you really want to maximize each area before you move so that you don't have to go back to that area. And the way around this, the kind of like hack to get yourself to not move too soon, is you have to think of yourself in 180. Here's the question, have I turned my eyeballs and my camera 180 degrees from this spot right here to find everything shootable from my vantage point? Okay. If you do that, you will not leave that spot without having at least asked yourself the question, can I shoot it in this direction? Is there anything cool in this direction? After you're done with that direction, go somewhere else. Move from the bench to the tree, and then ask yourself the same thing over at the tree. Now, the last pitfall is one that I just fell into 2 weeks ago. It was my last weekend of mini sessions, and golly, I've been shooting for 15 years now, and I don't know why this didn't occur to me, but I did not Google sunset. Always, when you're shooting outdoors, know how much light you have. So in general, if you are shooting with tall trees all around you, your last shootable moment is gonna be about 30 to 45 minutes before sunset. So golden hour, if you Google golden hour, that golden hour is actually gonna be too late for you because the sun will have already gone behind the trees. Now, if you're out in a big field or something, golden hour that you Google is correct, but you always need to allot enough time to shoot your whole session before that sun disappears. It's a rookie mistake, but I don't want you to make it. Okay, and then the next pitfall also has to do with turning your body. The pitfall is shooting in a direction which will require way too much editing of the background later. Now, this has to do with profitability. So if you shoot your session and then you have to take all of those images into post and zap out cars and zap out telephone lines in every single image of that background, it becomes less and less worth it, right? Because for every minute that you spend editing or that your editor spends editing, that just deducts, right? It is making your time cost more and more and more on the back end. And whatever money your client paid you is not going to you, it's going to your editor, or it's going to your edit time, and it's making it less worth it. So, simple fix, which they used to do in the film camera days because there was no editing, is just to be aware of what's in front of you and then turn your body as you need it so that you don't have to edit later. Guys, that's it. There is a downloadable PDF below with all of these tips and tricks in it if you would like to download it, and I will see you again in the next video.